Patti Smith. So Patti, you were a cultural leader, and you could have really easily been set up to be a martyr. But in '79, you kind of like disappeared after your fourth album, Wave. I'm wondering why you kind of put yourself, left the scene, the rock and roll world.
Well, I could elaborate on it, but quite simply, I left the scene because artistically, I felt that I had made the contribution I was supposed to make. And the prime directive of my band was really to hopefully inspire other people to create their own bands and to create a politically active or an artistically active situation. And I felt that we had done that. And the most important reason was I met Fred, and we wanted to be together and have a family. And so that's what I did.
So you've been a real explorer, and of all the areas of study, what has been your most valuable area of studying?
Well, that's hard to say, because I love to study. I mean, I think the most beautiful thing to me is just the imagination of man, whether it's looking at a temple, a Tibetan singing bowl, it could be a rose garden, the things that man creates, books. I love books, and also just studying my own children, just relearning the whole life process through them, and I'm just one big schoolgirl, I guess.
So your celebration of life, was that helped out by having children and seeing them grow and being part of?
Well, I think one thing having kids does is you place less importance on yourself, and you really, you're not as self-indulgent or self-involved. I think all artists have a certain amount of self-involvement, and that's probably just like a prophet, artists, scientists, there's a certain amount of self-involvement that's important because you have to concentrate so deeply. But having children reminds you that you're not the center of the universe, or even, you're not even the center of your own house. You really have to focus on their needs and, and helping their path.
And did that experience inform your next album that you worked on with Fred, Dream of Life?
Oh yeah, Dream of Life. I think our family situation permeated that album completely. But Fred really he wanted the album to move from love of family to the global family, because People of the Power was essentially his concept. And really the idea of the whole album is just for us to care for each other, and not only care for each other, but also to remind people that they're not alone, that someone does care for them, whether it's the creator or someone in the abstract, that everyone on the planet is worth, worthy of thought and care, and a drink of water.
A drink of water. There. You've come out of seclusion. It's been 7 years since Dream of Life, and what prompted this coming out?
Well, Fred and I had, before Fred died, we were working. We were getting ready to record. That was in our battle plan, and so I'm continuing our plan, because there were a lot of things we wanted to say collectively and individually, and also because that's what we do for a living.
Are you working singularly on this, or are you working with other writers?
Well, the basic concept of the record will be my own, but I'm working with, I've worked with various people. I worked some with Lenny. I've worked with Carolyn Strio, who I'm going to be performing with tonight, and pretty much, and Fred and I did some songs. A lot of the focus of the record really is coming from the vision Fred and I were starting to build for it, and where I've taken it from there. And I think it'll be working on it's going to be interesting because I've met some people in Detroit to play with, and I'll be playing with some of my former band members, my drummer from the past, from J.D. Doherty, and Lenny will be working on it, and new people I've met in Detroit.
So what are your current influences in not just musical, but just things that you're thinking about these days?
Things I'm thinking about. Well, what have I been thinking? Well, I really, Fred started teaching me to play guitar, so I've been practicing that. I'm up to 10 chords.
Right on.
So look out. I've been studying painting again, and I guess I've been mostly focusing on this record. And I haven't really, and I guess really just I'm more focusing on feeling good about being alive, most of all, because had some changes in my life in the past year, and so more than studying a particular art form or something like that, I'm more just studying what it's like to be alive, and restructuring my life, and also trying to figure out what I can do to help other people, because there's a lot of people that need help right now.
This is way off the direction.
Take it anywhere.
Okay, you once worked as a journalist for Cree magazine, and I heard that you...
I didn't work as a journalist. I wrote and they published. I have never been an official journalist.
And you interviewed Keith Richards, and apparently
I've never interviewed Keith Richards.
Really?
That story is totally fabricated.
False.
It's false.
Really? And
just shows you how
William Burroughs said that.
No, he didn't.
Oh, maybe it was the editor for the magazine who wrote that.
William Burroughs didn't say
so
it.
that the story of asking Keith Richards one question and leaving is bogus.
No, that's not true.
Okay, what about, you used to dress like poet Baudelaire.
And I used to dress like Keith Richards. That is true. And I even cut my hair like Keith Richards.
And
in fact, I don't think I ever stopped. I don't know.
You got boxing boots made for you?
Oh yeah, I like to perform. Actually, I was looking for boxing shoes today. I like to perform.
Got moccasins.
Yeah, I bought some moccasins. I have these shoes. If we're going to talk about fashion, I got these shoes, which I really like. But they're kind of big.
Yeah.
These are Czechoslovakian something shoes.
We'll just get your mic back.
Uh-oh.
Too big, huh?
I'm just a mess.
That's okay.
And
maybe you'll grow into them.
Actually, once I met Muhammad Ali on an elevator, and he was beautiful.
Yeah?
But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Going up? Okay, is it true that you have a clothing store in Ann Arbor? No?
No.
False?
False.
Down. Okay,
It's another girl with the same name, which is by marriage. My name is both by marriage and by birth.
Both by marriage and by birth.
Because my husband's name was Smith, so
yeah, that's right.
I am I am twice baptized Patti Smith.
Okay, lately...
Except no substitutes.
What was that?
I told them to accept no substitutes, and I know they're listening. I don't know where they are exactly. I keep thinking, where are the people? Like, if I was looking at the people right now, like, where are they?
They're beyond, like, they're invisible around. They're all over, though. It's weird, like technology.
Uh-oh. That person just spilled something on the rug. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Okay, whether you like it or not, you've achieved legendary status, and there's been a lot of articles written, like the Vanity Fair one going on about you and Robert Mapplethorpe. I'm wondering, when history is rewritten, will it be accurate, and what is an important aspect that is missing?
It will never be accurate. I mean, as long as there are journalists, nothing will ever be accurate. So, but I think, I don't know what in regard to what, you know, there's a million things missing. If you're being specific with, for instance, the Robert Mapplethorpe story, I think what's most missing in that story, which is evolving through biographers right now, is that Robert was really, I knew him since he was a boy. He was really blessed with a gift. He had tremendous drive as an artist. He had a tremendous work ethic. And for me, he was always a gentleman. So, you know, may that be a part of his history.
Do we have very much time?
No, getting heavy.
Getting heavy. Okay. Okay. Just one last one. You sang once that this is an era where everyone creates, and then I was reading some other stuff where you said that I never think people should do art unless they're a great artist. Is there
Well, creating doesn't necessarily mean that you call it art. You know, I think we all create. I mean, we give birth, we create meals, you know, we create space. I think creation is in all of our hands. Art is a calling, just like, you know, we all can't be doctors. One must have a calling, you know, and I think there's where the difference is. And so.
Okay. Okay, let's, this will be your video. This is People Have the Power, and you have to come down in Toronto. Patti Smith and the Energy Asylum.
Detroit Energy Asylum.
And
with
featuring Caroline.
Caroline Strio. And
there
Caroline?
she is.
Say hello, Caroline.
And so they're going to be playing, they're doing 2 shows tonight, an early show. This is going to be lots of work. 7:30?
I think it's 7:30 and who knows what, but
7:30 and
we'll
10.
be there.
So be there at Phoenix in Toronto, not to be missed. And so this is People Have the Power. Patti Smith.
And they do. I hope I wasn't too